The shooting later resulted in the death of Mr. JJ, while 2 others were wounded in the compound of the PDP stalwart. We therefore find it awkward that the INEC Chairman, who is a respected high chief in the town, has come under molestation from the federal authorities in a show of brazen federal might. The chairman has been invited to the state police headquarters, where he was interrogated and his statement taken. However, the police has refused to interrogate the PDP chieftain, whose pastime is shooting, and his thugs. Neither were the leaders of the various factions who had been on each other's neck in the last 1 year invited for questioning. Police investigation has been manipulated and skewed against the ACN chairman and other ACN members by the Minister of Police Affairs, Navy Captain Caleb Olubolade, retired, who is an interested party, a gubernatorial aspirant, and a factional leader of the PDP in the state.
The dark day for Ekiti politics under the ACN. We have always said that these people are keeping killers caught. And I'm not sure what the inspector. We have reported severally. We have written letters. They will come to disrupt our programs anywhere we stage one. But yet, they are treating this issue with the kid's glove. When are they going to rise to the occasion? It is not for me to go and provide the killers of IOJJ. It is for the police. And I challenge them. They have to bring the killer out. They have to bring the killer out. I challenge the Commissioner of Police. He has to do it in every state.
Well, that the first man was the ACN, is the ACN spokesperson in Ekiti State, and the other man is the PDP chairman in Mr. Makanjuola in Ekiti State, where we hope the security operatives will bring the killer of that gentleman to book. It now makes us those of us who are looking into the Ekiti and following that the events coming from that particular state more curious on the situation there. We've known that Ekiti sometimes it's very, very under tense situation when it comes to election. Well, moving on now, the 2015 election is moving closer every day. But how well is the umpire, the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, preparing for the big year? One major issue which made the news in the week is the return of the 1 million naira bank draft for the registration of UPN, where Dr. Frederick Fasheun proposed the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN, but INEC turned down the draft because the newly introduced party registration fee of 1 million naira by INEC had not become operational. Well, joining me now from our Abuja studio is to shed light on this issue is the press secretary to the INEC chairman, Mr. Kayode Idowu. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Idowu. Well, let's start with this issue of the registration fee. Can you bring us up to speed on the situation of things? Some people, it's coming as a new development from INEC as elections are a few months away. 2014, 2015, we're looking at that. And this issue of registration fee, 1 million naira, is coming on board now. Can you bring us to speed on that?
Yes. Thank you, Sean. At a meeting that INEC had with registered political parties on March 19, it presented to them a set of guidelines that it has prepared, because you are aware that both the Constitution of the Federal Republic and the Electoral Act gives INEC the powers to make guidelines to guide the political parties. And so part of the guidelines that INEC has come up with is to prescribe a fee of 1 million naira for the registration of political parties. Now, that was presented to them at the March 19 meeting.
for their input, both to that and other guidelines that the Commission presented to them. Now, as we speak, the guidelines have not been finalized. And that perhaps is what is meant when you talked about the fact that the fee had not become operational. It is part of new guidelines that the Commission has drawn up and which will be effected very shortly.
Well, you're talking about the guidelines now, but this issue of the 1 million naira, can you tell us exactly what is the state of things? Because a lot of people will think 1 million naira, isn't that on rather high side?
Incidentally, at the March 19 meeting, I can tell you authoritatively that there were some political parties that proposed that the commission should actually prescribe a fee of 5 million naira among those who attended. You can cross-check that with the political parties. Now, the idea behind the 1 million naira is also to discourage frivolity in application for political parties. And if you have an amount that will make any applicant think deeply about the action before applying, then it will help the system. And so the Commission proposed the fee of 1 million naira. And, well, some of the attendees at that meeting did say it was on the high side. But there were some who said, why didn't the Commission go up to as much as 5 million naira? And, of course, the prerogative ultimately is that of the Commission to stick with a figure that it deems fit.
I mean, of course, you would have heard about a lot of people criticizing that particular move to increase the registration fee to 1 million naira. A lot of people have said that particular move is very much undemocratic. A lot of decision that INEC will be making in the coming days, don't you think it is rather not a very good time for INEC to be making this particular move?
How undemocratic can it be when, like I said, the Commission proposed it to the parties? And some did say that if the Commission is actually serious about discouraging frivolity in application for parties, the Commission should go up to as high as 5 million naira. But, of course, the Commission recognizes that there has to be a balance between getting applicants to be serious and also maintaining a level that is not too exorbitant or exclusionary to intending applicants. And that informed the level that the Commission proposed.
Well, you, Mr. Idowu, you of course know that every Nigerian has the rights within the jurisdiction of the law to associate, and part of that particular law states that you can actually make a group that will go forward to register for a political party. 1 million naira in this day and time, a lot of people will say that is exorbitant, and some people are saying that it could be an infringement on the fundamental, the rights to associate. But of course, people will also say that if you, INEC, want to clamp down on frivolities, as you've said, there are other ways by which you can go about it, having people not just come to INEC and register unnecessarily, than come up with all of this. But a lot of people also have said that INEC is the registering, and yet is registering. That some people have said is impartial.
Yes, it depends on where you stand. While some people, like you said, think it is exorbitant, some think it is a pittance. And the law gives INEC the discretion. Incidentally, the law did not stipulate a figure. The law gives INEC the discretion to fix a figure, and INEC takes all things into consideration. And all things considered, INEC is looking at that figure. And like I said, it is part of a set of guidelines. There are other things in the guidelines that the Commission is coming up with. But that is just one component of those guidelines to make sure that the political field is if you like, sanitized.
Well, the word story is that you rejected Dr. Freddy's